Okay, let's do Red Ice's anti-Semitism video. It should have way more views, by the way. 500 likes, 27,000 views, this high production like this. It's a damn shame everybody's not sharing this.
These are powerful positions, but if you criticize, let's talk about
whole lot of Christians out there that won't share stuff if it's non-Christians who made it.
Let's talk about Jews.
Uh-oh. Queen Bee Lana, yeah.
It's all the rage these days, no matter what side of politics you stand on. Jews, Jews, Jews. American Jews make up around...
They should have cut to Alex Jones going, Jew, 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 Jew.
2.5% of the population, but they seem to be at the center of it all, whether it's in the entertainment industry, the media, social justice movements, or in the government.
Or how about central to your Bibles? You left out the most important one.
But they seem to be at the center of it all.
Center of the Bible, center of your religion. Come on, Lana, Henrik. Perfect opportunity. They're the center of everything. They're the center of the Christian story. They're the center of the Christian religion.
Whether it's in the entertainment industry, the media, social justice movements, or in the government. When someone runs for president in America, what foreign country do we hear them praise the most? Israel, our greatest ally that sucks up more foreign aid than any country on the face of the planet. Israeli Americans filled Joe Biden's top cabinet positions, and there's quite a few in Trump's cabinet as well. These are powerful positions, but if you criticize them, question their allegiance, or oppose wars that benefit Israel, you are anti-Semitic and possibly breaking a law. It sounds like the ultimate privilege to me. We hear about anti-Semitism pretty much every day. So what is it? Here is the working definition. Now they call it working because it will never be finished.
The IHRA. That's a good one. It's working because it'll never be finished. I like that. They're just going to keep expanding it forever until everything is included under the banner of anti-Semitism. That's a good one.
It started small and vague.
I've talked about it so many times. Small and vague. I've talked about it so many times, but I never made that connection. Like, it's working because it's never ending. And they always say it's non-binding until it's binding. It's going to be non-binding, so they say don't worry about it till they get the foot in the door everywhere, and then they'll make it binding. That's what I have been saying all along. See, there it is. Non-legally binding, unless it's legally binding in certain places.
And more keeps getting added to it to suit the current agenda of those coming up with it. Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and their property or Jewish community, institutions, and religious facilities. A certain...
Oh, I wanted to show that. Hold on. Certain perception of Jews, hatred, rhetorical manifestations. Okay.
Community, institutions, and religious facilities. A certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals. What this really says is you can't have a negative view of someone who is Jewish or Zionist for any reason because that's hate, and they'll let you know when you're getting out of bounds. And this even applies to Jewish institutions and facilities. This is amazing. If you scroll down, they give some examples, making dehumanizing and demonizing stereotypical allegations such as the power of Jews as a collective, a world Jewish conspiracy, or of Jews controlling the media economy.
See, this should be the main one. All the Christians ever do is talk about, oh, we can't say the Jews killed Jesus. They're making the Bible illegal. This is the big one. Can't talk about power of Jews as a collective, such as the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy. That's the biggest one right there. You can't read the Torah. You can't play clips of rabbis talking about Moshiach will rule the world, the Jewish Moshiach world order. That's considered anti-Semitism to show what the plan of the Torah is, of Judaism is. All the nations, all the goyim, on their knees in fear, trembling in fear, licking the dust of their feet, worshiping the Jewish God. That's the plan. Their religion is a blueprint for a world conspiracy. Or Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. You're just not allowed. The people that have overrepresentation in many influential areas, you're not allowed to talk about any of their control. White privilege, white supremacy, they can talk about that nonstop, but Jewish influence, off limits.
government or other societal institutions. But it's fine when you make stereotypical allegations of white supremacy, white privilege, Nazism, and demonize non-Jewish white men, right? There's no word to protect them from any and all criticism. But if someone does make a detailed chart naming names of people with power and influence and how they happen to be Jewish, that is also anti-Semitic and hate speech. Look at this definition. Accusing Jews as a people.
That was fast. Hold on. I want to see that one. This post gets 4 anti-Semitism out of 5. Optics Prime says the book of Revelation was written by John of Patmos. There is no evidence he ever knew Jesus, and the book was almost left out of the biblical canon. Yeah. Never knew Jesus, and also was called an apostle by Justin Martyr, showing that apostles only knew of a divinely angel Jesus speaking to them in visions or whispering in their ear. Like Paul also didn't know Jesus is an apostle. John also didn't know an earthly Jesus was called an apostle.
Look at this definition. Accusing.
Yeah, their religion is a conspiracy against humanity, a messianic conspiracy against humanity.
Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing. According to this, you can't even.
Yeah, what was that? No stereotyping Jews? That's anti-Semitism?
Stereotyping Jews is terrible.
Thank you, Goya. Thank you. You guys got to remind me if I need to play a soundbite.
Call out Jews for real wrongdoing as a group, even in times of war and genocide. You can, however, call out all Germans for wrongdoing. You've heard it.
Yeah, Henrik the base Chad pagan is a lucky man. Good wife and a big family.
Before, and I will say it again. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. If you say that Jewish privilege and power is dominating your country, you will lose your bank account, social media, be defamed in the lying press, and be blacklisted from everything because they don't have any power and influence.
Hold on, I want to see all of her headlines. Hold on.
Social media.
She got so much attention at this time. When they were on YouTube, the woman fighting for white male supremacy.
And be black.
The housewives of white supremacy.
From everything.
Poster girl of white supremacy. The woman behind the alt-right.
Because they don't have any power and influence.
Queen Bee. What was the last one? Too fast. Queen Bee of white supremacy in America. Shoot. Why does she say that the role of women is to care for men and have children? Well, who else is going to have the children? Having the children is a big job.
I know, it happened to me. Scroll down for more examples. If you say, hey, I think the Holocaust stories are a bit exaggerated. There's another side to the story. Here's what this German grandmother said. Anti-Semite. It's even anti-Semitic to say other peoples have also suffered.
I like the editing effect of the zoom in on the point.
There can only be one Holocaust, TM.
Foxman is concerned about the Ukrainian government's comparison of the famine in the Ukraine before World War II with the Holocaust.
The one thing that you need to be sensitive about is not the Lincoln, the Holocaust. Be careful that it not be played as your genocide, our genocide, because that will be counterproductive on all sides.
We, of course, respect Holocaust, and I understood your message. You try to be very, very difficult.
Saying otherwise is anti-Semitic. Accusing dual citizens of their loyalty to Israel over America.
No, that's the biggest one. See, all of the rest of the terms are so outrageous, and the Christians are helping this thing get passed through more and more, because the only one they bring up is, we can't say Jews all killed Jesus. What? They think it's anti-Semitic to claim that all Jews today are guilty of deicide? They're calling us anti-Semitic because we say all Jews are cursed for killing God? It's not anti-Semitic. That's the only one they all talk about.
How dare we question the obvious AIPAC Israel First agenda screwing over American taxpayers? We don't benefit from any of this. I love this one. Denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination. Behold exhibit for me, not for thee.
Self-determination. No self-determination for you, Goy, Europe. No closed borders and strong nationalism for you, Esau. right to self-determination means they get to do whatever they want, and if you criticize it, you're anti-Semitic. That's what that means. This is good. All their open border immigration stuff. This
Classic
is cool.
double standard. But point this out and you're
Dude, see what I'm saying? This video is so good and so important. It's only got 500 likes. The big Christian influencer accounts post easily disprovable fabrications and retarded shit, the same retarded talking points we've heard forever, and they'll get tens of thousands of likes on Jesus is white on a fake forge document. But then this, 500 likes. I retweeted it. It's the Christians gatekeeping because they're not Christians. That's what it is. Those pagans. Those white pagans.
anti-Semitic. It's okay when we do it, but not when the white goyim do it, because that's Nazi nationalism. Using the symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism, including claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel.
All right, libel. Let's see what they say on this one. I'm interested to see the angle they're going to go with this.
Okay, so fighting over a 2,000-year-old Jewish story that's anti-Semitic. Not allowed.
Perfect. Fighting over an ancient Jewish story is anti-Semitic. Yeah, it's so anti-Semitic to be mad about your Jewish Messiah being rejected by the Jews. Conspiracy Truther posted it on his Instagram, and it already has twice as many likes. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Oh, perfect. I was a little nervous what she was going to say. I thought maybe, I'm thinking, cross my fingers, please don't pander to the Christians. Please. I like it, though. Complaining about a Jewish story. One Jewish sect, messianic sect, fighting over who the Messiah is anti-Semitic?
Using the symbols.
Yeah, she came through.
Images associated with classic anti-Semitism, including claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel. Okay, so fighting over a 2,000-year-old Jewish story that's anti-Semitic. Not allowed. Classic anti-Semitism in art? How did it become classic anyway? Historically, why isn't there classic anti-Scandinavian, anti-Greek, or anti-Celtic art or symbols that we know of? Because they didn't collectively continue to do things to piss people off and create general dislike of their group. They don't need a word to shield them because their actions shield them. Okay, here's the thing, guys. If you date 109 girls and they all break up with you, citing the same reasons throughout your life, eventually you might want to take a look at yourself.
We are a people that has been kicked out of every place we've ever lived for 2,000 years. Every single place.
Oh, are they going to have the new recent clip of the rabbi saying it that See Through It All found? He said the same thing. He said, maybe it's us. We've been kicked out of all these countries. Maybe it's us. Maybe it's something we did. The one that the other slop accounts copied and didn't retweet and stole from See Through It All.
Got your ass.
But according to this, that's anti-Semitic. Also, if something isn't true, why take it so personally? Why care so much? Other examples.
I don't agree with that. That's like people lying about me. That's like people lying about me and like me getting mad that they're lying and then go, why do you care so much if it's not true?
And this is their short bullet list. You can't call them Nazis. Okay, this is very annoying when people do this, though.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And you can't point out their double standards. You can't hold them responsible as a group for anything. You can't even laugh and share a merchant meme because you might go to jail in some countries.
They put you in jail right away. Right to jail.
Noticing how Jews are ruthless in business and oftentimes rich would be a compliment to others, but no, that's anti-Semitic too. Yes, the term anti-Semitic has been weaponized. Kenneth Stern, the lead drafter of the working definition of anti-Semitism, is now walking it back and is concerned because if everything is anti-Semitism, nothing is anti-Semitism.
To have a sting, it has to be used only in the clearest case. So I'd always default to not. Now there's a push to make it almost ubiquitous. And when everything becomes anti-Semitic, nothing is anti-Semitic, and that makes it harder to fight anti-Semitic.
Wow.
That's
becoming
right, Ken.
aware.
It's like when they call everyone a Nazi, then no one is. They've gone too far. Now even during a war, criticizing Israel is deemed anti-Semitic. Kenneth Stern, who is a dual citizen, conservative Zionist for Israel, but open borders, liberal social justice warrior for America, blames right-wing Jews for weaponizing anti-Semitism on campus. But he is the guy who drafted the working definition of it. It was always intended to be a weapon used to further their Zionist agenda. He doesn't care about free speech. He was one of the lawyers who went after historian David Irving versus Deborah Lipstadt for so-called Holocaust denial. He's only trying to win points with the left here while he continues his Zionist agenda. He even runs the Hate Center, targeting mythical white supremacy and evil European self-determination, but can't see the hateful supremacist actions of his own people. Everything he accuses us of doing, they are doing. Saul Alinsky said, accuse your opponent of what you are doing. And he was Jewish, by the way. Many Jewish Zionists also claim to be against the three Ds of anti-Semitism. Delegitimization refers to the denial of the Jewish people's right to self-determination. The second D refers to the portrayal of certain groups as evil, demonic, or satanic. The last D refers to the application of double standards on similar situations. Well, all of these things and more are happening against white Europeans and most European countries, but Zionists like Ken Stern are okay with this double standard. In fact, they like it. He calls it hate, racism, and Nazism when we are against these very same things used against our people. This is the behavior that leads to people not liking you. This, Ken. Most people are not against Jewish self-determination, but most of the world is against them committing genocide. The bottom line is the word anti-Semitism is a trick, and it's getting stale. Here's a 2002 interview with a former Israeli government minister.
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Semitic.
Yep, that about sums it up, folks. If white people supposedly have all this power in America, what word can we use to shield us collectively and individually from any and all criticism, no matter what we do? It doesn't exist. If someone hates
Anti-white?
me because I'm white, there's no
Anti-pagan is anti-white Christians.
word I can conjure that can be used to mobilize the whole legal and cultural system to defend me. Using the word anti-Semitism is a trick, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Jewish people are not victims, but this word they've created is now turning against them. They are creating the very thing they fear through their own actions. It always comes down to your actions. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, you can support us by heading over to redicemembers.com and click subscribe to get access to our exclusive content. We are 100% listener supported. No ads, no sponsors.
Okay. Good job, Red Ice. I would like to add also that the Christian controlled op talking points and the sharing of the fabricated quotes and the fake rabbis and complaining nonstop about killing God, those things do, in most people's minds, make believe Jews are victims. The Christian retardation and the controlled op talking points give Jews an out. It gives them a villain to point the finger at and say, look, poor us. They hate us. They call us satanic. They say our father's the devil. They say that we're cursed for killing God. They say that. People, and then the Christians, the majority of Christians rush to their aid, of course. And that's what gives them the out. That's why it's important to counter the kosher conspiracies and the kosher disinformation, because it undermines the truth. And where there's plenty of material, there's plenty of things to raise awareness about. We have plenty of ammunition. You don't need to forfeit it. And it's counterproductive when these people spread the lies. The lies are drowning out the truth, and that benefits Jews.